This is an insight from Rahimi Law Firm PSC, powered by freshnews.aa. Couples preparing for marriage-based immigration interviews can reduce delays by organizing evidence early and practicing clear, consistent answers. Executive summary: a USCIS marriage interview is a structured review of your forms, supporting documents, and shared life story to confirm a bona fide marital relationship. The officer compares your testimony with your paperwork and joint evidence, such as housing, finances, and daily routines, to see whether they form a coherent picture. Strong, well-organized documentation and consistent answers streamline this verification process and support a smoother path to marriage-based permanent residence. Today's signal: your USCIS marriage interview checks whether your paperwork matches your description of your relationship and daily life. As officers look more closely at joint bills, leases, photos, trips, and routines, organized records and clear, consistent answers matter more. Missing proof or vague answers can lead to extra questioning, follow-up notices, and slower approval of your marriage-based green card. Rahimi Law Firm enables prepare clients for USCIS marriage interviews by centralizing field control, field coordination, and field management across end-to-end delivery paths. Why it matters? Here are 4 takeaways. First, your interview notice may arrive while you are managing work, school, travel, and expiring status, so small preparation gaps can have serious timing consequences. Second, unorganized documents or thin proof of living together can lead to requests for evidence, a second interview, and a longer wait for your green card. Third, inconsistent or hesitant responses about basic details like addresses, dates, or daily routines may create doubts about a bona fide marriage. Fourth, a clear relationship timeline, shared finances, and joint residence records give the officer a straightforward picture that supports smoother next steps. How it works in practice: when you file a marriage-based case such as an I-130 and I-485 package, your forms and supporting documents are reviewed before you are scheduled for an interview. After biometrics, you receive an interview notice with the date, time, and address, plus a list of records to bring. At the field office, you present identification and wait to be called in, often together, where the officer places you under oath and reviews your applications line by line. You are then asked detailed questions about your history as a couple, your home, finances, holidays, and future plans, while the officer examines your photos and joint documents. If your file is thin or your explanations are unclear, the officer may keep the case for more review or issue an RFE instead of approving on the spot. One practical adjustment: create a simple written relationship timeline and pair it with a labeled folder of joint records. What to do next? Here are 4 takeaways. First, gather your civil documents, joint financial records, leases, insurance policies, and photos into clearly labeled folders or envelopes for the interview. Second, review your I-130, I-485, and other filings together so your interview answers match what you already submitted. Third, prepare to describe your daily life, from how you share expenses to how chores are divided, using specific examples instead of general statements. Fourth, consult an experienced immigration attorney if you have prior marriages, criminal history, periods of unlawful presence, or time living apart, so you can address those issues clearly at the interview. Read more at rahimilawyers.com.